Yeah, he played some pretty good stuff in his first match, Oliver.
Foul, no miss. Kyren Wilson 4.
Well, as Brendan Moore potentially puts that cue ball back, this is table 2, and this is the first session continuing. Noppin Senkarm 2-0 up against David Lilly, so obviously they're overrunning there, and there's 14 points in the next frame in the balance. Senkarm, he got a draw in his previous match. Highest break in that for him was only 26, but he still got a draw, so he's battled away there and looking to try and get 3 points on the board. Could be, though, potentially a long evening there.
Yeah, Kyren, thank you.
Yeah, Oliver misjudging the slide of the cushions there twice. Played to nestle into the side of the pack, and luckily for him, second time round he's hit the red and left it safe.
When he said to you, Peter, you know, that he wanted to pursue a career in snooker, how did that make you feel? Because you know how hard it is. Were you happy about that, or were you a little bit apprehensive?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy about it because, you know, snooker's a game I love. Snooker's a game I've loved since I was 14 years old when I first started playing. Oliver was a little bit younger than me when he first started playing, but I think it was more he started playing because he knew how much I loved it, and it was a chance for us to basically spend more time together, you know, when he was growing up. So, yeah, absolutely, I loved it. You know, I know snooker's got its critics, but snooker is a great game. You know, and I think we both feel very privileged to be professional snooker players. You know, hopefully he can go on and, you know, emulate some of the players like Kyren Wilson. I know he does admire what Kyren does. He works very hard, does Oliver, so fingers crossed he can get himself up there himself.
In the meantime, Kyren Wilson's had a little bit of physiotherapy actually here at the Morningside. He had a little pain in his back, and well, it seems to be feeling much better actually for it.
Oh, don't say that, Dave.
Got to say the staff here at this venue have been just brilliant. We've been here now nearly 4 weeks, and can't do enough for you, whether it's food or, in Kyren's case, physiotherapy.
Yeah, the whole tournament has been a success for me. You know, it's a great addition to the calendar. You know, obviously it's now become a ranking event, which is great for all the players.
Well, that was a chance for Wilson. Let's see if Oliver can get going here. He started really well against Matthew Stevens. I thought he came out first frame looking great, really took the game to Stevens, was very confident. And he lost a second frame, he could have won the third. It seemed to go on forever. He did win it, but in the end, Matthew Stevens salvaged the draw.
3.
Yeah, like most of the younger players, Oliver, he relies on confidence. You know, he's a good cueist and he is very dedicated, but he relies on confidence, you know, and like you say, the first frame he looked great, missed a couple of shots in the second frame, and you could just see it rocked his confidence a little bit, you know, and then obviously with it being such a short format, you're under pressure. You know, you really needed the win, knowing Kyren had already won a game, but at least he knows. I spoke to him and he said, you know, if I win my next 2 games, I'm through. If I don't, I'll probably be out. So he knows where he stands. He's got to go out there and just try and give it his best shot. I'm not sure if he thought he was going to just kiss that red on the way past to slow the cue ball up a little bit, but looks like it's possibly break over unless this red passes the green.
Thanks. Oliver lines 7.
They've played 3 times before. Kyren Wilson's been victorious on all 3 occasions. Something about this event just seems to appeal to him.
Yeah, it would be a phenomenal achievement in this format if somebody could win it 3 years in a row.
Well, you have to play so many matches. I mean, obviously there's 3 groups, so that's 9 matches plus a final. He beat Judd Trump last year in the final. It's a lot of snooker. And the invitation event, play even more matches because there's a succession of groups there.
Yeah, and people say, you know, there's a lot of luck involved in snooker, but I think Kyren's dispelling that rumour with his victories in this. It can't be just pure luck. Not even Ken Doherty is that lucky.
We'll see Ken, of course, next.
Just while this safety plays on, David, could I just possibly take the chance, this opportunity to wish my wife a happy wedding anniversary, seeing as I'm celebrating it by watching Oliver play snooker and commentating it, but I'm sure she's at home watching as well.
I think that's a very good idea, Peter, to be honest, to do that. As we drop in on table 2, and this is frame 3 coming to an end, and it looks like we're going to have a frame 4 because, well, we will, because David Lilly's 32 in front, so that's going to be 2-1. Remember, that is still the first session. 2-1 to Noppen Senkarm.
Yeah, no lunch break for those boys. Yeah, just overrun it slightly. Chance at this long red. Can he get himself round the back of the black? Just caught it a little bit thinner than he wanted to, which meant he lost control of the cue ball a little bit. Left himself a tough shot. Taking the positive one, the pink.
Thank you. Oliver lines 1.
Yeah, no chance for Kyren. Red's in the open now as well, so if he can knock this in, he'll be on the black. Well, couldn't have been any closer.
This group is still wide open. We've got, of course, Kyren Wilson and Ken Doherty on 3 points. Oliver Lines, Matthew Stevens 1. So you just feel every frame now is going to play some significance in terms of who finishes where.
Yeah, and I think this black is a crucial shot in the frame already. Oliver's left himself a little bit closer to the cushion than he would have liked. I think again, I thought he was just going to brush that red to hold the cue ball further out, but this is a must get. Yeah, nicely cued. Kept everything as still as he possibly could. Just trusted that he'd line it up right.
8.
Yeah, Ken in the first match against Kyren, he was getting himself in these positions like Oliver's got himself in here, but just didn't turn, only
9.
turned one of them into a frame winning victory. In a match he probably should have at least drawn, if not won.
$16. 17.
Yeah, the biggest thing I notice about Oliver when I watch him play in matches is he seems to get a little bit slower than he certainly does in practice. You know, he's very fluent in practice, just gets on with it, he sees the shot straight away. He's playing here and you can see him as if he doesn't want to make mistakes.
24.
You know, and trying not to make mistakes is often when you make mistakes like that, it does appear like he's run a little bit too far on what should have been a routine shot. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Trying not to make a mistake. He's made a elementary one and now it looks like he's trying to convince himself that he can still pot it. Maybe he can. It looks very tight.
$25.
And then in concentrating on the pot there, he's come a little bit low on the black. Now can he miss this first red in potting this black? Has he missed the black?
Oliver lines. 25.
And there you go, that's exactly what I was talking about. Concentrating on cannon in the outside red there for position, he's not lined the black up right, and he's just gifted the chance straight back to Kyren.
Yeah, chance to open reds up here with the black over the pocket.
1.
Looks like black's covered though by that red.
1.
I won't say let's hope so. But it doesn't look a difficult swerve. I'm surprised he's not actually looking at the black. Must fancy controlling this pink easier. Yeah, that's a real let off for
Kyren
Oliver.
Wilson 1.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kyren didn't have a look at the black there.
Well, that's the thing, he really didn't look at it. He just decided he couldn't pot it. He didn't sort of try and work out a way of potting it.
I've got a feeling now that this first frame is going to be massive for Oliver's chances. Already had a couple of opportunities and he knows that himself. You know, Oliver puts the next ball, he'll probably be a huge favourite for the frame. Black hanging over the pocket, already 28 in front. And that has drifted off slightly. Oh, that's a huge misjudgment from Kyren, but no damage done.
There's no doubt though that the tension is added to by the shortness of the match. If this was the World Championship or even a best of 9 event, it wouldn't be quite so cagey, I don't think. But you know, it's a 4-frame match. It's also important in the group. It's the middle match for both of their groups, so you can sort of feel that in the air. You can feel the tension. Big prize to get through to Friday.
I'm glad you said that, David, because I didn't know if it was just me that was suffering from the tension.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah, I just get the impression that Oliver's just trying too hard, you know, to prove out there that he can play and that he is a good player, rather than letting his natural game and instincts just come through. Big shot this. Normally very good at these, Kyren.
One.
Yeah, that's a good pot. I'm sure Kyren will have sensed Oliver's edginess. Yeah, that was a clever shot from Kyren. Knew with the red hanging over the middle he could take a chance and try and develop some of the awkward reds, knowing he's trailing by 20 odd points. To be careful here, he doesn't pot this and land on nothing with the red hanging over the middle.
Nine.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably see him leave that red over the middle and maybe take another chance to get that red off, knowing it's a free shot.
$16. 17. Yeah. 24.
Yeah, there you can see Kyren just sizing himself up for it. He's looking to leave the white
My ball
somewhere
marker
across from the black.
left it upstairs.
Oh, Brendan's left his ball marker upstairs. That's not like him.
I'll get them to run and fetch it for me.
Someone's going to leg it upstairs to get it. Now, you can't dock the referee a frame. You can't do that, but there's going to be a slight delay.
Can we dock him some
Once it was
wages?
down there.
But maybe you can go without a meal or something.
That's a first.
So he's not being able to clean the cue ball at the moment. Let's hope there's not a kick or anything here.
Yeah, let's. Sorry. Yeah,
25.
that looks just about perfect. Good thinking from Kyren. Yeah, he's got a free shot to get this red off now. The only way this can go wrong really is if he double kisses it and it doesn't come away from the cushion.
32.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to cost Oliver that easy black that he missed.
Yeah, the thing is, Kyren Wilson made a few errors early on as well, but Oliver unable to capitalise, and now Wilson really has them where he wants them.
Yeah, and this is the only real stumbling block. It's slightly awkward, but don't fancy him to miss it. The other two reds hanging over the pocket and all the baulk colours in the open.
$33.
Kyren Wilson starting the season 6th in the world. He's become such a regular at the business end of tournaments, and his status has been rewarded. Tomorrow he's appearing on, or he's filming an episode of Question of Sport, which for those of you who don't live in the UK is a very well known long running sports quiz show on British television. Just reflecting his status now, so he's been invited onto that.
36. $37.
Yeah, this looks almost certainly going to be the first frame for Kyren.
$44. $45. $48.
20 in front, so just the yellow and green for the frame.
50.
Yeah,
53.
I did say whoever puts the next ball is a huge favourite for the frame, and that's how it's proved.
$57.
So good at making mistakes though is Kyren, and just putting them out of his mind, getting on with the job in hand when the next chance comes.
Yep. 62.
Yeah, a typically very solid effort that from Kyren Wilson.
62.
62. It was a
And the
nervy